Apple Motion comes with a load of great features. Quite a lot of them can be found in the content section of your library. So let's just go to File and New for Apple Motion and then create one, so open. And then just go down here to Content. And in Content, you've got 1,346 different things to explore. And trouble is, it does make it very hard to find things. So I'm just going to go down here and you can do a search. There's a search down the bottom, which is very useful, as long as you remember what it is. And it's square, if you spell it right, square warp. Here it is, square warp. So once you've found it, really useful that search, because 1,300 odd, very hard to find them. So then just simply drag that over and you got there very basic square warp, which doesn't seem very much and doesn't look anything like what I had. Now, it might not be achievable to get exactly the same, but let's just go through a different setting now. We need to hover over there and drag this out. So you've got this design. You'll notice what it is. You've got a square, that's the square warp, and it's made up of lots of different things. So if you expand it out, you've got the group here, but you can expand this. And you can see now you've got a replicator. And that's how it creates this weird sort of, it's got a little preview, which is really useful. And you can expand this out. And you can see this is made up of even more. Let's just expand, so just drag that out. Sequence replicator, oscillate replica, and so on. In fact, sometimes, because there's so many options, it's actually quite hard to find various things. But what you can do, here's the rectangle. This is made up of rectangles. So rectangle, and you can, of course, change things. You don't have to have a rectangle there. You could go and work with many other things, but it's a great start point. So rectangle, and then go to your inspector. And in the inspector, you see you've got a variety of things. You've got style, you've got geometry, you've got properties, and so on. Lots of different options. But you've got shape. And I'm going to go for roundness, because I want to round that. So just create a slightly round design. Now, of course, you could go with circle, probably be even better, but you've got that now thing. And also you've got other options. So here you've got linear, you've got Bezier, you can just change, tweak things, and I'm just going to stick with that. Well, now with that, I can now go to the replicator. So the replicator, and in the replicator, you notice here you've got the controls. This is in the replicator section, and you've got shape. So with that, just go here, and you can try them out. Go for circle. Fine. You can go for spiral or burst. I think burst is really good. You can create all kinds of different burst designs. You can see 3 there. You've got 3 bursts there. You can create 20 or 30 bursts. But the one I want, just go down here and go to wave. And you can see you've got other ones as well, image, geometry, etc. So lots to explore. Just go to wave. And now the wave's not great. And it does require a little bit of tweaking, and that's why it's not always achievable straight away to get exactly the same settings. But you can work towards it. And you can see you've got a lot of options. So you've got that. You can change amplitude, change the frequency. You've also can change the number of points. So let's just increase the frequency. You can see it just bounces up and down a bit like that. Also points. So you can see you can add, increase, and it goes up to 20. Just using the slider, which I think is quite low. But what you can do, you can click on there and you can put 200. And you can see then you get this sort of like a spring design. Very hard to see exactly thing, but you can change like the amplitude. You can see you change that. And also you change the frequency. And as you can see, you change that. You can maybe make the frequency like that. Now at this point, what would be useful, of course, just go to the rectangle. So with the rectangles there, you see you've got options for scale. Now there's lots of different ones, so you can try and change different things. Some work better than others. But go here now for scale. So scale, and you can see as you do that, you get that. And now if I just play it, you can see it just obviously doesn't do much because of course there's no real randomness. You can just see a subtle movement. But also what you can do, you've got properties here, you've got behaviours, filters, replicator cell, you've got here cell content, you can see there the rectangle, so you could change it. You don't have to go with that. But also square warp, you can go up here and you can see you've got here 2D, 3 properties again, you can tweak things here. So you might decide, you know what, just change the scale for that, and you can see you can make it a bit smaller. And you can, of course, reposition it. So let's just reposition that. And maybe just drag this out a bit. So again, make certain you select that and you can see hover there and just drag. You can tweak it in numerous ways. You've got rotation, anchor points, etc. You can change the opacities, change the colour as well. You might not like the colour. So select the rectangle, go to Replicator cell. You can see there you've got options for colour mode. Go for original. You can also go for colorize. So colorize, and you can see now you've got a colour. So click that, and you maybe go for, say, orange. And now what you could do, of course, you could have like many different, because you could just select this group, duplicate it. So you could have 4 or 5, lots of different colour options. Also, you can change these things. So you can just go here to Sequence Replicator. So select that, and you see you've got options here for scale again, so you can tweak those. Sometimes they have an effect, sometimes not. Again, change the waves, change amplitude. I like to explore these different settings. You can change the speed. But what you can also choose, you can change and add randomization. So let's just go for the rectangle. It's probably going to be the best bet. The rectangle there, properties, behavior, replicator cell. And with that, as always with this, wrong rectangle. Don't select that rectangle. You want the rectangle you can't see. Because properties, I want to go to scale because I want to add a bit of randomization to that. So just come over here, click here and add that. And you can go down and you can go maybe go for oscillate or maybe go for randomization or reverse or wriggle. Let's just go for oscillate. So oscillate, and now you've got this, and that's attached to it. So you can see that rectangle below it, oscillate. And now you can add just a bit of variation there, and you can see straight away you've got a different effect result there. You can see you get, and just change amplitude there. Maybe you might change the speed. You might find that you don't like that setting. You always go back, or you can just delete it. Simply select that row and just right click and you can delete it. So you can remove it. It's not there anymore. And again, let's just press play. And you can see it again, it's got a bit of a slight change. Not much, but a bit. And again, go with phase. Now, what you can also do, you've got here, you've got lots of different options for multiple entries. So again, you can go for, let's go down here, colorize image. And this is the big problem with this. So many features that it's very hard to find them. Sometimes you go through it a few times just to find the one that you actually want. So you've got here sequences through inverted, and some of them, I must admit, without lots of try and error, it's very hard to see what they actually do. So sequence replication, and then you can see there you've got through replicator, and let's just go through the cell ones again, because what I want to do is colour. I want to change the colour as well. So I've got there, but you can add randomisation to that. So just click here, just go down to add parameter, and you can say randomise. So randomise, just do a bit of randomisation. You can see then it's got a bit there. You can change frequency, noise, and now as you change it, you can see the colour changes and also the size changes. Now, I mean, it's not particularly, maybe you like to decide, you want more or less of the items. Then again, you can go change all the settings here. You've got different points, so maybe add randomisation for that. So let's just click here, gain parameter behaviour, go for randomise. You don't have to go for randomise, you go for wriggle or oscillate. Like I say, you just try different ones. So you can change the amount there. You can see as you push that up to 20. Again, always just click on it, maybe make that 100. And you can see then you can change the frequency of that, change the noisiness, and let's run it again. And you can see that changes. And the result is different each and every time. And again, replicator, go back here and maybe decide, this frequency can be increased. So you can see you can push that up. And maybe go for amplitude. Again, it's 100, but you can just click on it, put 200. And you can see then you've got that. And again, number of points, click on it again. Because of the slide, it will only go up to a certain value. Maybe make that 400. And you can see then, if you go there, goes through and you can see that changes. And so on. Obviously, the colours changing, sizes, etc. And also you can make a whole variety of other changes, maybe the angles, but you can also maybe add fills and things to it. So with that, it's always saying that, trying to find it. You go here to the rectangle. You'd think it would be in there, wouldn't you? Shape, style. Let's just start. There it is. Fill. So you might want to go for that. So click there. And now, because it's black, now I've got black as the background. Don't want that. So one thing that's always initially baffled me was how to change the colour of the background. Well, you can go to Project, go to Properties, and just change it. So you might decide, you know what, let's go for a blue background. Something so it stands out a bit, or red, or whatever. Oh, it's a bit garish. Green, a whole range of different options there as well. And again, now you can see that. Again, changing. And you could add, say, drop shadows to it, because, of course, when it's black, you couldn't see the drop shadow particularly. You can now, let's say, just change it. You've got this filter. You can randomize that as well. So, again, rectangle. Again, you've got all these different settings, the shape. Go to style. You've got fill color. Again, you can randomize that. So, click there. Go to add parameter and randomize. And again, just tweak that. Now, because it's there, you got that. Yep. And now, go back there, shape, you got that. Yep. Let's just run it again. And you can see as you change it, the whole thing changes colour. Well, as mentioned, what you can do, if you want, just select the group. So the group's there. You can always right click. You can duplicate. If you've got duplicate, you've got another thing. It's independent, they're not linked. So then you can just select this one, maybe resize it slightly. Let's just put it slightly over there. Now it's because it's got a lot of stuff, it's gonna, yeah, just select that and resize it. Now, again, you can see now it changes. Now the colours, unfortunately, because probably the seed is the same. So let's just click over here. You've got here all the replicators, you've got the rectangle, you've got a rectangle down here, and so on. There's also, let's just go down here, fill colour, expand this out, and you've got fill colour there. I put, now one thing I find, oh, you've got the randomize there. So randomize, go into that, random seed, let's just change that seed. Yes, need to change the random seed. If you've got the same random seed, it will not change, you'll get the same colour. But now you can see, as it goes through, you can see it does vary. So you've got reds, greens, blues, and so on. You can literally see you could create, and of course you could add different various randomizations for the waves as well. Maybe change the count for them. Again, because they're using the same seed, obviously the actual results are going to be the same. But you could select them, just expand that out. Again, expand that out, expand the replicator out, select that, and you can then go and go to the randomization there. You can see randomize. So randomize, and again, click the seed there. Just click that, and you can then probably change different settings for different things, depending on what that was actually connected to, which apparently is a number of points. So you can see you get different results there as well. Well, I hope you found this of interest. Apple Motion's got lots of different features, and of course you can literally create lots of different designs other than just square designs like this. The square warp was just the start point, and that's one of the great things about all those contents. They are great start points for all kinds of different effects in Apple Motion. Please put some comments about this. What sort of things did you find interesting? What things would you maybe explore? And also, if you've got any ideas and suggestions, maybe that I'm doing things wrong, always great to let me know in that. Also, please add a thumbs up if you like the video, always appreciated, or obviously a thumbs down. And also, please subscribe to the channel. Bye.